A Roman walks into a cafe, holds up 2 fingers, and gets 5 coffees. One day, I forgot how to throw a boomerang. Then it came back to me. R.I.P. boiling water. You will be missed. A mathematician showed up to a party to the surprise of the host. "Oh, you're very early. I thought I told you the party starts at 7:15. The mathematician replied, "Yes, and it's 2. What's the difference between roast beef and pea soup?" Anyone can roast beef. Why did the clock get kicked out of the library? It talked too much. What do you call it when a car writes its life story? An autobiography? Why do you never see elephants hiding in trees? Because they're so good at it. I was washing the car with a friend, until they said, "Can't you just use a sponge?" How do you talk to a giant? Use big words. A woman got a pet parrot, but she was horrified to discover that all it did was say mean things and insult her. Nothing she did could stop it. She was especially worried, because her whole family was coming over for Thanksgiving. But when Thanksgiving dinner finally came, the parrot didn't say a word the entire time. After the meal, the parrot turned to its owner and said, "Please forgive my behavior from before. I was entirely out of line." "Wow," the woman said. "Glad to hear it. If I may ask," said the parrot, "what on earth did that turkey say to you?" What do you call an apology written in dots and dashes? Remorse code. I got my best friend a fridge for her birthday. I can't wait to see her face light up when she opens it. How do scientists keep their breath fresh? Experiments. Do you know about the world's largest nanotechnology company? Clearly they're not very good. What are caterpillars most afraid of? Doggerpillars? I don't get along with car keys. They're always starting something. Did you see the toddler who was wearing sunglasses and having a tantrum? He was throwing shades. I decided to take up fencing, but my neighbors told me to put it back. 3 people are stranded on a desert island for many years. One day, they find a magic lamp with a genie inside who will grant them each one wish. The first person wishes to return home. The second wishes the same. The third says, "I'm lonely. I wish my friends were back here." The other day, I asked someone their dog's name. They replied, "I don't know. He hasn't told me yet." A guy once told me he would never learn how to tie a tie. So I told him, "Not gonna happen." I cooked my friend dinner, but forgot to invite them. It was a mistake. This one goes out to whoever invented the zero. Thanks for nothing. Did you hear about the restaurant that only caters to dolphins? It only has one customer, but at least it serves a porpoise. Why do bees have sticky hair? Honeycombs? One night, I paid $20 to see Prince. But I partied like it was 1999. Where was the US Constitution signed? The bottom. I bought a textbook about human anatomy the other day. Someone had removed the appendix. Did you hear about the superhero who got his front teeth knocked out? He said he was Thor. What kind of sugar does Lady Gaga put in her coffee? Raw, 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 raw. How do you make a bandstand? Take away their chairs. A mother told her child, "You should never roll your eyes at someone." The child replied, "Because it's rude." The mother said, "No, because you won't be able to find them again." How do you create light with water? Clean the windows. How did the 2 cars start dating? One of them swiped the other. Who is Einstein's favorite rapper? E=MC Hammer. What did the science book say to the math book? Wow, you've got problems. I tried to break the ice on my first day of practice. They kicked me off the hockey team. I make a lot of dad jokes, for someone who's not a dad. It's a real faux pas. Where do boats go when they feel sick? To the dock. I stayed up all night, wondering where the sun went. Then it dawned on me. I bought a neutron at a garage sale, and didn't spend a dime. It was free of charge. Long ago, a young boy dreamed of being a blacksmith, and after years and years of waiting, he finally got a job as the local smith's apprentice. But after his first day on the job, he came home with a bandage around his mouth. "What happened, son?" said the young man's mother. The young man grabbed a piece of paper and wrote, "Apparently, there's a thing you use to pick up a hot piece of metal, and it's called a tong. Never can fight in a vacuum cleaner. They're always gathering dirt." Did you hear about the person who got hit with a can of soda? They're okay. It was a soft drink. A snowman and a polar bear were out in the snow. The polar bear asked the snowman, "Do you smell that?" The snowman replied, "Unless it smells like carrots. Probably not." Two giant wind turbines are standing in a field. One turns to the other and asks, "What kind of music do you like?" The second one says, "Well, I'm a huge metal fan. I love playing tricks on vampires. They're such suckers. I don't often tell dad jokes, but when I do, he usually laughs." Why do they serve snail at fancy restaurants? Because their customers don't like fast food. I went into a pet shop and asked for 12 bees. They handed me 13 and said, "The last one is a freebie." Why do teenagers always walk in groups of 3 or 5? Because they can't even. I was so late to the cannibal banquet. They just gave me the cold shoulder. A group of artists couldn't decide which one should go first, so they drew straws. I put maple syrup on my shopping list. Now it's all sticky. What do you get when you cross a joke with a rhetorical question? What did the bee say to the daffodil? "Hey bud, when do you open?" I thought I spotted a leopard once. Turns out they're born like that. I went to the zoo and saw a piece of toast in a cage. The sign said it was bred in captivity. Someone once told me, "You have a tendency to twist people's meanings to suit yourself." I replied, "I'll take that as a compliment." What do you call a pop star's group of friends? Britney's peers. If you have 10 chocolates, and your friend asks you for 8, what do you have left? 10 chocolates and 1 less friend. Why don't ghosts go trick or treating? They have no body to go with them. What did the 0 say to the 8? "Nice belt." I got Dr. Frankenstein a gym membership for his birthday. That guy is way into bodybuilding. Why do people tell actors to break a leg? Because every play needs a cast. I ordered a chicken and an egg on the internet. I'll let you know. If someone could just reverse the process of making wine, that would be grape. My friend the tennis player got a job waiting tables. It was going well until someone asked him to serve a grapefruit. Okay, but no jokes about circles. They're pointless. How do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it. The maitre d' says, "We don't serve time travelers in here." A time traveler walks into a restaurant. Why is Cinderella so bad at soccer? She keeps running away from the ball. What's the best method to find out how heavy your red hot chili pepper is? Give it away, give it away, give it away now. What do you call paddling in a dried out riverbed? Extreme rafting. My friend is known for breaking records. She's not allowed in music stores anymore. Never tell a pun to a kleptomaniac. They always take things literally. What do you call a nose with no body? Nobody knows. My friend was changing a tire when he dropped the car on his foot. Now he needs a tow. Did you know that nothing spelled backwards is a palindrome? It spells Genneton, which also means nothing. Why should you never play poker at the zoo? Too many cheetahs. Sorry, I'm late, said the broom. I overswept. How does a penguin build a house? It glues it together.